PBAT counselor, and I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about my religion, and that's the truth behind all truths. It originated in pagan beliefs, Druidism, moving through to witchcraft, to Wicca first. Read a bit about that, into Asian beliefs of mysticism, Buddhism, meditation. After that, I went and I studied a little bit about Muslim beliefs. I attended a mosque and talked to a few of my friends that were in that belief system. Now I'm studying Hindu Kundalini Yoga, which has a very positive energy. I highly recommend it. Additionally, I study Through currently, and this is the Thor's hammer, as I said in another video, and that's a symbol of protection. And I honestly believe that as you study these unique paths, as well as shamanism, the first indigenous religion, the oral tradition, Native Americans, and of course the standing stones, we got to look at archaeology and think a little bit about that. Right now I have this wolf symbol, and this wolf is a protective emblem. I also went to Riverton High School, which their symbol was wolves. So I like to travel and think of things in terms of a pride or a pack mentality, because there is strength in numbers. There always have been, and there always will be. The thing about pagans in general is they're more martial. They tend to have a little bit more balls, I would say, because they have to. I mean, they are the minority as far as the visible minority. Many people believe in paganism and just keep it really hush-hush. You know, they're solitaries. They don't believe in being very public about it because, frankly, there's a lot of people under the false impression that because you are pagan, you can't be Christian. But if you study some books, there's a lot of books on Christio-paganism. And that is a phase that I went through as well, although I still love Christ. I feel Christ is a representative of healing energy, similar to the goddess energy that can also heal. It is he was a person who came as a deity, and similarly, I believe I'm a deity incarnate, a positive, a good deity. But I have had a past life regression, and I am aware of the tunnel that you travel through. And as you're traveling through this tunnel, you can step out at certain intervals and step into previous lives and relive certain pivotal experiences, marriage, you know, your firstborn child, and death are three of the most critical time periods in a person's life that you can experience if you get past life regression, potentially. Additionally, I had some deep shamanistic journeyings where I met my spirit animal, which is a wolf, and I met an ancestor of mine who was covered in Arctic white furs, and the wolves were white, and he traveled in a pack, and I saw his entire life, and I was flying through. And I guess I'll start with shamanism. There's a thing called the world tree, and each part of the world tree, it can be explained a little bit more in detail with the Green Man Tree Oracle cards, which is one of the first decks I got. And that was the first deck I received post angel therapy cards. Because an angel caught my car and saved my life, I have a deep affinity for angels. I believe in them. I believe they protect me. I believe they guide me. I have a guardian angel, a spirit, my grandma, who had a lot of similarities, very open-minded, and she talks to me through a seashell, which I should show you. And because I have all of these close familial ties to paganism and deep roots in it, I feel like hereditarily they are guiding me, they stand beside me, they will work through me to bring about the best truth I can. Now, when I was transitioning away from Mormonism into polytheism and paganism, I had a lot of concerns. I felt like, am I doing the right thing? Is this okay with God? I specifically prayed to Jesus Christ for about a year and a half, and I kept receiving the same answers, like, you are gay, it's okay with me, and this, whether it was my subconscious or not, it was a deity speaking to me saying, it's okay that you love guys too, that you're bisexual in that way, that you love women romantically, even though you've had no sexual relations with them, and you love men physically. And I needed to know that that was okay with deity, and it was specific to the Christian deity. Now, a lot of people may not believe me when I say that, but I say that, and I also say that I know. Because when you are engaged in an action of love with another human being in a more sexual way, and I view sexuality to be spirituality, so there isn't a conflict there, they are the same. If it comes from a place of love and consent, it's no longer just sex, but it goes into the realm of two individuals trying to make love together. Now, as I was experiencing this, I prayed. I was like, while I was doing an action, is this appropriate? And I got the answer, yes, it is. So there's zero doubt in my mind that being gay or being bisexual is in any way conflicts with the Christian Christ, his beliefs, and I do not believe that it conflicts with previous beliefs, which are actually LGBT supportive and inclusive. The big problem, I think, when people are trying to find a church to fit in with is that they're trying to fit in, and because if they're unsure about their orientation, for some reason they don't view themselves to be superior, which in fact they are with a connection to deity if they open themselves up to that, according to a book I read by Chris Penczak, which seemed in parts to resonate with me, called Gay Witchcraft. Now, what are witches? What is a Wiccan, and how does that correlate? Well, a Wiccan is primarily light-based. They believe, actually entirely, in a lot of good witches and never using negative karma, which would be sending out coercive or harmful energy to other individuals, because they believe it will backfire with the law of three. Witches, on the other hand, don't believe that it will backfire, and they have ways of catching that negative karma and spirit bottles and other things like that. And they're in the more of the line of the hoodoo beliefs and things like that, where they believe more in line with that. Now, wizards view it as a science. In a way, I'm a wizard in the sense that I want to know everything about everything, and I try to include the things that seem to resonate with my soul to be helpful. Now, I can't say that I'm perfect with everything. I can't say that all my knowledge is where it will be in maybe the next 5 years, but I can tell you I've been on this path since I was about 11 years old, and I've been studying multiple paths because I didn't want to come from a place of ignorance. When I got online and I was telling my story, I wanted to say, look, I have been where you are. I know what it feels like to be rejected by your family because of your beliefs. I know what it feels like when a community largely believes in this idea of morality, and you believe in an older philosophy called ethics, and in many societies they still believe in ethics rather than morality, because morality is fundamentally something created within Catholicism, and it was superimposed on everyone through the Crusades. And so I can't say that that everyone should practice morality, and I also believe that no one should feel bad about any sort of consensual activity with another human being. As long as you pray about it, as long as you think about it, as long as you feel like it's the right thing to do, deity will let you know, And if you believe yourself to be deity, as I do, you're going to have still a connection with greater deities or friends, almost like co-workers. You've got Zeus on top, you've got Poseidon, you've got, these deities within great, and they all sit up there and chill. Now, I'm speculative about reincarnation, and if I am reincarnated, well then, in past lives, perhaps there was something that I left for myself. And so I'm interested in tombs and interested in my familial heritage, just to see if somebody back in time was actually me. Because when I was born, I felt that I was a king, and I couldn't understand why I was required to do a lot of the average everyday things that I felt like other people should be doing. I didn't understand why I needed to cook my own meals or do all this excessive cleaning. And this was when I was young, like age 6 and below. My mom had me up on a stool scrubbing dishes, and it just didn't feel right because I am royalty, and I believe that I have a lot of lines of royalty that run through me, and I am related to Frederick the Seventh of Denmark. I'm also related to William the Bruce, and so being a knight, also being pagan, I'm a warrior philosopher. I'm a warrior wizard, so you can say I'm almost like a dual mage. And I feel like because of my sexual orientation, because of my unique approach, I am doing my very best to convey to you that religion and your beliefs have to come from inside. It isn't about who you follow or what you believe or what path. It's about you. It's about feeling what you want to do with your time, how you feel the best connection with deity is. Maybe it's serving, maybe excuse me, maybe it's just, and I'm getting over a bit of a cold, and I'll probably do a ritual with that, as well as, of course, taking herbs and vitamins that will assist with that. Now, so the most important thing you can do when deciding what you're going to believe, what you're going to follow, is praying about it and then inventing for yourself a system of ethics, an ethical code, a code of conduct. What will you do in a situation? What will you not do? Do what feels comfortable to you. Something that I recommend is that it's just an ancient pagan law. Do what thou wilt, only harm none. Try to come from a place of charity and love. If you're light based, and I believe everyone should be, and if you come from a place of love, then you're probably going to be in the clear. If you believe in love, you believe in charity, universally you're going to be more accepted with a code of ethics. And I leave that with you, and I hope that you have the very best of luck. If you have any comments, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel because I'd really appreciate it. I'm new to YouTubing, but I also am very educated when it comes to my own personal code of ethics, and I hope that it will serve as an inspiration, like looking at a piece of art, so you can create perhaps not the same piece of art, but something that is personal to you. Respect all belief systems, respect people who feel adamantly about something. You're not here to convince anyone. When you're more in line with paganism, you're not here to convince anyone. You're here to bring peace to the world, to say, I appreciate what you're saying. I am so happy that you love your beliefs, and I love my beliefs, and let's still be friends, even though we may not be able to agree on this particular topic. And, and do it in that manner. And in that way, that mutual respect will foster respect for your own code of conduct, your own beliefs, and your own choices. Let no one judge you, and don't judge yourself because of past experiences or current experiences, for you are beautiful and wonderful. And what you're doing by watching this video is you're attempting to connect with the divine. And you have connected with the divine. Now just get on your knees, pray, try to reach to something higher, try to reach to that galactic energy, that force, that deity, whatever you feel an affinity towards. And just, I hope and pray that everyone in the world will look at each other as humans and get along and love each other irregardless of beliefs, political preferences, and other things that are conversations that frankly should largely be avoided. Okay, love you all. Bye.